we've just come down the river for a very short session. It's probably only going to be, what, an hour and a half, maybe even less. But I've got my light chub gear, a little feeder, short hook link and some small hooks. And in my bag I've got a little bit of bread, some maggots, a bit of hemp. We'll have a couple of casts in this swim and see what we can find. See that? What was that?
Fish just jumping upstream.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we've already seen maybe what could have been a trout or something jumping up the river, but
That's pretty cool.
anyway, we'll get the feeder filled up and we'll get cast out.
I see a chub, I see a
I'm pretty
chub.
confident we'll get something.
Oh, I can see a chub swimming out.
Let's do this.
Go for it.
Got to bully them because otherwise they'll get straight into the snags, and there's a lot of them in this swim. Loads and loads of tree roots and stuff that they can get their heads wedged into.
Looks like a decent chub. If it isn't snagged, then you're lucky. Oh my god.
Oh. Gone for the same snag as the last one, funnily enough. He's trying to snag me in my keep there. There we go. Chub number 2. Same size as the other one, really. Perfect looking fish. And on a very short session, but just get them. Yeah, swam off into the net so that he doesn't go back and spook all the other fish in the swim. That's what happens if you release a chub into a swim. It'll only go back and spook the others, but
Well done.
action. There we go, it's the hook bait. 2 reds and 1 white. Seems to work most of the time. I've slightly lengthened, in fact I'll make it a little bit longer again. The hook link, that longer tail sinks slowly, holds back a little bit from the feeder, and those fish that are maybe a little bit shy at the back of the shoal, you'll be catching those ones. So I've hooked on the baits first. Now I'm going to fill up the feeder with a bit of hemp and a bit of maggots. Now where I'm casting is probably the deepest part of the swim. It's just alongside these overhanging trees, quite near to some nasty snags which I seem to get stuck in quite often. But just there, I've probably got 4 foot of depth actually. And it's where this fast water slows off and just dips into this sort of hole. And then all I'm doing is just holding the rod, watching for bites on the very sensitive, light quiver tip.
I'll hold it here until you get a bite.
Just kite across to the other side.
So,
Now it's gone back under there. Oh, they know exactly where the snags are, don't they, Alex?
yep.
3rd fish in 3 casts. All from the same area because I know where the shoal is. Oh, look at that. That's one hefty chub. Cracking fish. 3 chub, 3 casts. Doesn't get much better than that. On a barbless size 14, and that comes out quite easily. But I don't like using barbed hooks. I just like to be able to unhook the fish as quickly as easily as possible. Well, the fish I have here in the net that I just landed is a bit of a character because I've already had him once before, so this is the second time I've caught him. Alex has had him once in the past as well, and once I've got the hook out, I'll tell you how we recognise him. No, you've had him twice, haven't you?
Yeah.
And we call him Arthur Dent. Dent because of the rather large, well, dent in his head just there. Seems to have recovered very well though. When we first caught him, the dent was massive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the dent slowly recovered, but yes, there you have it, Arthur Dent of the Sussex Zoos. As I said, it's only a couple of hours this session, and well, probably a bit less actually. But we're right near the end, so I'm gonna make my last cast a bit further down river because as I've been catching the fish, they seem to be backing off and backing off and backing off, just moving towards the tail of the swim. But it's gone pretty well, hasn't it, Alex?
Yep.
I never thought that in under 2 hours I could have, what, more than 6 fish. It's just been cast out, keep the bait going in, because I'm trying to keep them confident. As soon as they start sort of forgetting about all the maggots that are coming past and start sort of just sitting there, then they'll spook off when you catch one. So not only have I been putting the feeders out each time, but I've been throwing out maggots and throwing out hemp, keeping loads of bait drifting through the swim, because early season they do gobble up a load of bait. Anyway, I'll see if I can get one more before the end. Yep. That's the biggest one so far, Alex. That is an absolute monster.
What? I didn't realise how big it was.
Oh, there you go, hook's out. Get out of the way. There we go. The resident chunk. A beast of a chub for this river. Never had anything in here over, what, 312? And that's got to be 5.5. That could be pushing, I don't know. So that is definitely over 5. It could be very, very near to £6. I'll just show you it one last time before I pop it in the keep net. That is probably, it could even be £6 because it's carrion spawn. An absolute chunk of a chevin. Oh. There he is. Probably a very near £6 chub. Definitely my second biggest chub ever.
Hold the big one up.
I'm blown away. Especially by this absolute monster. Probably pushing £6, but we'll get it on the scales in a minute. Amazing, Alex. A couple of weeks later, I hopped on the train to travel down to Hampshire to fish the Hampshire Avon for the chub. This is how I got on. I think it might be a bit bigger than mine, Matt. Put it there. That is a £6.11
Hampshire Avon
chub. How happy are you? 6.11. I used a simple rig with £6 main line, and sliding on there was a swivel with a short length of £12 line tied to it. On there I just pinched on a few shot to hold bottom, but making sure that it could slide up and down the line freely. Beneath there I had a swivel tied to my hook link and about a size 10 hook. On the size 10 hook I just squeezed on a lump of bread and squeezed it down at the top but left it fluffy at the bottom, and made sure that the point was exposed, so I definitely hooked those fish. Oh my god, it's soaked me again. Oh, and again. Matthew's fish. What was it again? 5.5?
Yep.
And then there's my one that I've worked all day to try and catch, and it's a new PB at £6 1 ounce. There we go. £6 1 ounce chub. Absolutely enormous.
Pleased, mate?
Yeah, definitely. Made it all worthwhile. Yes. Hope you enjoyed the video. Tight lines and wet nets. Good luck with your chub fishing. Wicked.